Hello, and welcome to another edition of Inside the Lanes. We got special guest CODY CLOUTHIER joining us again. He's going to come give me some pointers to help teach you guys how to work on some of your own faults. Stick around.
All right, now I just want you to
Throw like a wood.
get comfortable how you're about to bowl. So get up there and throw a shot. I'm gonna make you nervous because I'm gonna stand right here. I'm gonna watch you.
Oh, that's not gonna make me nervous.
Yeah, I'm standing right here.
First shot, CODY wants me to throw it like I typically would. He's gonna watch and see exactly what I'm doing wrong, as you guys can see as well.
That looks good. What'd you feel on that one?
I feel like I kind of tucked my hand a little too much.
Kind of tucked it, stayed on it a little longer, kind of wrapped around it,
Yeah.
and you hit the dry boards, and guess what that means?
Woo!
Hook. So let's get the ball. Let's get lined up how you're gonna throw.
Okay.
So on this shot, what we want to do is we want to make sure that one, you hit your mark. We want to make sure you get the ball right. We want to see that skid roll or skid hook roll. So off that last shot, you know it went up. So I want you to move 3 boards left with your feet of where you were. And I want you to move your arrows where you're looking at 2 to the left.
Okay.
Okay. So where are you looking at on the lanes?
13 now, because I was looking at 11.
Okay. So we're gonna go 13, and then down lane where your break point is, where you want to see the ball get to.
5.
So that's gonna be right of the second hash,
Right.
down lane. So stay solid at the line. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
Let's get a shot out there. .14 at the arrows to 5. That was pretty sweet shot. So we saw that when you said you wanted to be at 13. You were pretty close to it. You were at 14, and you got it out to 5. And what kind of reaction did you see right there?
A nice one.
Beautiful, right? Good where you needed to be at.
Right.
The elbow was nice and tucked in. You got a really good release on the finish. You were solid at the line, and guess what? Paid off.
So I have noticed, and maybe some of you other bowlers have noticed, and we've talked about this off camera. I feel like I'm releasing the ball here instead of here. What can I do to combat that, to fix it?
So that's gonna be a fit thing. So if you think you're getting some hang up on your thumb, or if maybe if your span or your grip's not right, you actually be squeezing the ball a little much. So we need to try and relax that hand. Now you don't want to over relax it,
Right.
Because if you relax your thumb too much, you get on that downswing, the ball is just gonna fall off. So we want to make sure that your thumb's fitting right, make sure your fingers are right, and make sure that you're not squeezing. If you're getting any kind of pain on the backside of your thumb or like on the creases where your fingers are going at it,
Right.
if you're feeling pain right there, we're squeezing too hard.
Now, you know this, but you guys don't know this. So on the outer limit solid, I recently shortened my span. I think you said it was like 3/8, maybe 1/4 of an inch.
Okay.
It's not what you and
It looks like it's from what I looked at, it looks like you're 4-inch cut to cut.
Right. And I made my thumb insert, or my finger insert, I did go a size down,
Okay.
which I feel like the ball is sticking to me better, but at the line, I feel like I'm able to pop it off and get my thumb out first. So that, I mean, these are changes. I mean, you can tell from the vibe to that, the differences.
Yeah, so fit's a really big deal. Like right now, like you said, I'm 4-inch cut to cut as well. I used to be, I think it was like 4 1/8. So I used to be a little bit longer, but I was getting a lot of pain in my ring finger.
Okay.
So I actually shortened it up, went to the 4-inch, and I'm actually 4 inches straight across, so both fingers. So my fingers aren't, most people, the ring fingers, they're gonna be a little bit different.
Right.
But mine are 4-inch straight across. And I did lose a little bit of rotation on the ball, but I had a little room to give. So, but all about comfort and fit on that hand. You want to be at a bowl, you want to enjoy what you're doing, and you want to do it pain-free. So that was about 12, and I went way right, and you got to wrap 10.
I do that a lot.
So on that one, if you go back and watch, you can see you were opened up at the line. You didn't come back and square up. You got a really good ball reaction, but you did have a wrap 10. You were about 3.5, 4 boards right of your mark. So let's try that shot again. Stay around the 13 to 5.
I rolled over.
You rolled
Chicken
over.
wing and rolled over.
Yeah, that was
a bad shot.
You knew you were wide open right. Your ball was going over like 8 at the arrows.
It was
elbow
bad.
was out. You wrapped around it.
Right.
We didn't get a good reaction. So
I knew as soon as I threw it, I was like, "Yep, that's going to the gutter."
we got the consistency part, right?
Right.
Like that first shot you threw a while ago, we need to be able to repeat that.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is, because you're opening up at the line, I'm actually gonna stand right where you're about to slide at, and I'm gonna keep you straight.
Okay.
Focus on what you're doing. You want to be squared up whenever you're with me.
I felt I was 2 under the ball on that one.
But you had really good rotation on the ball. The ball wasn't spinning like a top.
Right.
So at your release point, you were still good, but we were still right. We are getting a pretty good reaction right there. I mean, we leave a 10 pin, but we want to get around that 13 mark that we can have a good comparison of where you were with your other shot. Remember what we talked about before? Get set up, get your hand relaxed in the ball, and then your first move on that ball, I want you to take it, I want you to push it exactly where you want that ball to go. Okay. So how you're set up right now, whenever you go to take your first step, I want you to push that ball at 13.
Okay.
So being that you're so far left right now, you're automatically, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be wanting to push the ball right because of how far left you're standing. So let's keep the mark on the lane. Let's put it at I know you're around 13 or 14. Let's put it at 11, but I want you to move your feet 10 boards right. We're gonna tighten up this back angle. That way you're not gonna try to overcompensate. We're gonna try to keep you straight. My all-time best advice that I've ever gotten in bowling is, if you can, keep your mark in front of you, directly in front of you.
Okay.
You know, if you're way left and your mark's way right, you're having to cover a whole lot of lane, right?
Right.
There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong from the heads of the lane to the mid lane to the back part of the lane. If you can keep that line in front of you and you only have to worry about a 4 or 5 board area rather than 15 or 20,
right,
it's a lot easier. That's why I was telling people, like for me, if you give me the 10 board, if you give me 10 to 5, I'm gonna kill it. That's my sweet spot. That's where I want to be all the time. People like Aaron, 15 to 16 board, where you can get that little loop. You got people like Justin Veach. He's probably one of the best amateurs in Louisiana. If you give him 20 to 10, no matter what it is, he is going to shoot telephone numbers on you. All about where you want to be at and where you're comfortable. Whenever he gets on the lanes, that's his first thing he's going to do. He's going to go 20 to 10. He's going to change balls to get to where he can get that good reaction. Me, I'm going to get to where I can get to that 10, 12 board mark, whatever ball it is, and I'm going to stay right there.
Right.
I'm going to make very minimal adjustments unless I absolutely have to. But you give me that mark, it would be tough to beat.
Right. All right, 10 to the right.
So we're going to do. So on your feet, you're going to move 10 to the right, and let's bump that target to about the 11 board. That was about the 8 board, but that was pretty. What'd you think? That was pretty good reaction.
It struck. I'm happy. I mean,
it struck.
It struck, but I want to be consistent with it.
But that's what we're talking about right here. I'm giving you a target, and I want you to hit that target. We don't care what the lanes are doing right now. We don't care what you're striking. We want to get that consistency down.
Right.
You want to be able to repeat shot after repeat shot.
Okay.
If let's say a bowler, a 130, 140 average bowler, if we can get them to hit their target 5 out of 10 times, we're going to increase their score. If we can get a 170, 180 bowler to increase those misses, maybe 2 shots a game, where we can repeat stuff 8 out of 10 times. That's where we're going to start seeing those big jumps in scores, and whenever you consistently repeat yourself. And whenever you find that target and you can consistently hit that, your game's going to change, man.
Bowling's about consistency.
That is true. So you have a barrier out there. Now it's going to be in your head, right? Yep. You know you don't want to hit it. Relax. Keep that hand nice and relaxed. Let's make a good shot. That might have been the best shot you've thrown. That was perfect.
Thank you.
You literally crisped the right side of that on the 11 board, and guess what? We got perfection at the end of the lane. Money. Oh!
I got a little bit too under the ball that time. I didn't fully.
So we know you left a 10 pin on that one. That shot you just threw is going to show how critique something can be. You literally rolled right over the edge of that, so you were one board right, and look at the difference on the pins.
It's a huge difference.
You had a wobble 10.
Same speed too. 0.1 difference.
Saying people say bowling's an easy sport, but look how technical that one shot. And it was crazy is that was literally back-to-back shots you just threw. One was perfect, one was one board right. Everything was the same, different ending.
Different outcome. Whether you're striking or not, this is a great drill for you guys to work on your consistency. I'm not really worried about right now if I'm slamming the pocket, if I'm striking. I'm more focused on that mark, to be honest. I fell off, but I hit the mark close to it.
Fell off, you were super close to it. You almost had a 7-9 stood up. That's brutal, it's bad breaks. But you were inside on that shot. Even though you were inside, the ball still had a pretty good reaction. We're not gonna say that was a good shot, but it was better.
It's not the worst shot.
It's not the worst shot, no. Frustrating, huh?
It is.
It's part of bowling, man.
I know. So I throw better, 13-5 to 14. So that 15, I shouldn't be throwing that hard. That means I'm starting to force it.
You start forcing it, and then, so one thing that I can notice, and you can watch a lot of videos, and they'll all tell you the same thing. Go watch players like JPak and all these people that have big rev dominant bowlers. Whenever they have these hot backswings, whenever they get to the top, they're not jerking down. You know, all of their force is coming. Whenever they're starting to get this hip transfer, whenever we're all coming down, I do the same thing. You just let the ball fall from here, and then once you start getting to the bottom where your release point's gonna be at, that's where you start seeing hips start to transfer. You'll start seeing hands. Hands are gonna start coming in. They're gonna start getting underneath the ball, playing the inside of it. And then right when we're about to get to the finish of it, you start seeing a lot of whip action, a lot of handover. And that's where all of this power is coming from. Because whenever you're up top, and you can just see, we let your arm fall, all of this is staying in the same spot. But whenever you're up top and you start pulling, you can start seeing there's a lot of tweaking that's coming down. And then most of the time, whenever you're up here, if you start pulling down, look what your wrist is gonna do. So you want to keep everything locked up. When you get up here and you're all still locked in, but you want to start pulling out fast, look what that hand's doing. That hand's starting to open up and starting to flatten. So now not only having to worry about getting on your swing down, worry about getting this hand back underneath it, and now you're having to get everything down, and that's just too much stuff to try to go on. You know, let the arm fall, let it be all free. You start forcing the ball, usually that's the signs of you're getting a bad reaction, you need more reaction, so you're starting to trying to tweak it a little bit more. Good thing we were talking about earlier about ball changing. If you need something, hey, let's make a ball change, go to something a little bit stronger, where you don't have to tweak on it so hard. Or if the lanes are super dry and you're trying to overthrow it, let's ball down. You know, the way you're not having to overwork yourself. Take a deep breath. Look at that. Look at that. Man. Look at that.
We're gonna do one more shot, try to repeat our shot, and we'll call that a video. I wanna thank Cody for taking time out of his day to come help us and record a couple videos with us. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, please don't be afraid to leave a comment. Cody will get to them as soon as he can.
Deep breath, relax everything, nothing else matters. Just roll it over 11. Look at that. So, you hit your mark where you're supposed to be at, but your hands, you flattened it.
I did.
See? You're learning. You knew what happened.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.